What is up, guys? Xmas5 here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things that is coming up. Well, it's not coming up, it's now. It's the Worlds of Fun Halloween Haunt. Last year I made a video with kind of like a walkthrough of reviewing the different haunted houses. I want to do something similar. I'm going to do a video. This is kind of what to expect or what you're going to see this year, and I'll make another one that's going to be like a vlog like I did last year, but this is going to be kind of what to expect and what's new. So first we have two new attractions. So I do this because we have one that's like actually new. It's a new scare zone, and it's called Peter Pumpkin Eater, which I thought is a very strange concept. So, and the other new thing, I do this because this one it's not really new, it's a new take, it's kind of a new take on an old haunted house. Uh, that haunted house is called Stalkers, and basically it's, when you go through the haunted house, you go through like a cornfield or something, but they changed the name, and they said there's new things to expect. It's now called Cornstalker's Murder in the Maze, like, and they spelled it Maize, which a maze, like a maze of corn. So I guess a wordplay or something. I don't know. It's gonna be new, maybe. That's what they're saying. Um, but yeah, let's go. And we're also gonna be talking about just all the different attractions, the scare zones, and the haunted houses. And then we're gonna talk about what to expect. And as we go through different haunted houses, I'm gonna read the description and also kind of talk about what it's like. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to be looking at today is Peter Pumpkin Eater, which is our first thing that we're going to be looking at. This is a new attraction. This is going to be a new scare zone. Its location is going to be HOA Boulevard. I'm not exactly sure where that's at, but it's kind of, well, I actually do, I'm sorry. It's kind of, if you've been to Worlds of Fun, it's the really long pathway you take that's in between Detonator and Fury of the Nile, and that's kind of where it's going to be. It's going to be a really long scare zone, and so if you guys want to look at this stuff, you can go to the Worlds of Fun website, and it gives you all this information. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and read the description for this one. It says, the year is 1694. Peter is notorious throughout the countryside for his pumpkin patch each fall. His life's work is providing his townspeople with exquisite pumpkins and gourds All Hallows Eve. The townsfolk gobble up the crop at his pumpkin stand, but after mysterious disappearance of Peter's wife and some ladies of the town, they fear Peter is plotting something sinister. As All Hallows Eve draws closer, the town can no longer ignore the menacing turn that once, I don't know that word, I'm sorry, farmland has taken. All the more bizarre is Peter's horrific display of pumpkins spewing seeds and guts that foul breeze across the town while more people go missing. So this is going to be kind of cool. I can already kind of depict what it's going to look like. I think it's going to be kind of like a big display of jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. That's going to be what it's going to kind of be. Big pumpkins that people are going to hide behind. I think that's what we're going to see. So I'm going to Halloween Haunt tonight. So yeah, I'm going to Halloween Haunt tonight because I usually like to go to it before I kind of do the vlog thing, so I kind of know what to expect or know the order we should go in. So yeah, guys, so that's going to be our first attraction. Peter Pumpkin Eater, which is a scare zone. It's not a haunted house, it's just something to walk through. So let's go ahead and our next new attraction. Alright guys, this next attraction we're going to be looking at is one of my favorites. Last year was one of my favorites. It's called Cornstalkers. It's not the scariest out of all of them, but it provides one of my favorite environments. It feels like you're going through a cornfield. There's a lot of cool effects, like where there's like a light in front of you where you can't see what's in front of you and all of a sudden something pops out. There's some really creative scares. It's awesome. They blend into the corn a lot, so just to give you a heads up. It's actually kind of one of the more quiet ones. A lot of the other haunted houses that you're going to go through are going to be a little more loud, on the loud side. So if you have trouble hearing or whatever, I'm just wanting you guys to know that. But anyways, its location is Africa, so that's corn stalkers. And let's go on to the next one, which I think we're gonna keep on going. Remember, you can go to the you can go just to the Worlds of Fun website to get information like this. So I'm just gonna kind of go clicking through them just to show you them. So Bloodshed. Bloodshed is not the scariest out of all of them. It's really loud. That's what it is. It's not really scares with people jumping out of you. It's more people like banging on stuff, and it's a really cool environment as well. It's like you're going through a slaughterhouse or stuff. There's pig skin. There's like obviously fake stuff hanging, pig parts hanging all over the place. It's actually really cool. I'm pretty sure there's a big animatronic in there, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's really loud. Just remember that, and it's a pretty twisty layout. It's not that long, but yeah, this is one you should definitely hit up. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, go ahead and check out Bloodshed, and its location is in Africa. Let's go on to the next one. I'm just trying to fly through these, so the video is not too long. Alright guys, so our next one is going to be Chambers of Horror Condemned. I was really excited about this one last year, but it's... Okay, so it's very, very, very dark. They give you flashlights going around when you go through it, but they don't work that well, which I think that's kind of one of the things that makes it scary, I guess. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of scares. There's very, very few scares. But whenever there are scares, they're very good. Like, they're stuff that you wouldn't even, probably think that would be a scare. But, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but they have very creative scares. This is probably one of my least favorite, but it's still a good one, and if you have a chance, go through it. And this one is also in Africa, I think. Yeah, it is. It's also in Africa, so go ahead and check this one out. And it's actually one of the longer ones. So yeah, it's a pretty cool experience. I'm not knocking it or anything, but it's just a little less than the other ones. But let's keep on going. Our next one is going to be Chaos Unleashed. Now, Chaos Unleashed is actually really cool. It's not scary. Wherever I went through last year, there wasn't really any jump scares. There's really cool effects, actually. Like, for example, and if you have bad eyes, then I would not go through this one, because there's lots and lots of strobe lights. And basically in this one, there's like a lot of cool effects. That's kind of what it is. Yeah, it's a lot of cool effects. Like, for example, one time you're in a room where there's smoke on the ground. They have like these lasers, and you can't see anything under smoke. People are just jumping out of the smoke. It's just really cool, and like it's kind of like, if you think of like the hypnosis wheel, like those videos that have a little spinny thing to hypnotize, quote unquote, hypnotize you. It's kind of like that. It's kind of cool. It has really cool effects, and I'd really recommend going on this one. If I didn't have time. If I had time for a few of them, I probably wouldn't hit this one up. But if you are going there, any of these, I'd really recommend you guys hit all of these up, because they're all very good. So let's go on to our next one, which is Lore Vampire. This is another one that's going to be very dark. So there's two. This is the biggest one in the park. It has 2 floors. The first floor is very dark at first. There's some awesome scares, like using I'm just not gonna spoil it, but they use bungee cords and stuff, which is awesome. The first floor is kind of dark. There's a lot of cool theming, and yeah, so it's basically the theme on the top floor is like you're in like a medieval kind of church, I guess, and then there's vampires going all over the place, and it's kind of cool. There's lots of cool effects. But when you get into the basement's kind of cool. It's kind of odd, because it doesn't fit the theme, but like you're in a subway, and there's this cool scare where this train pops out, and it's just a really loud beep, and like it scares you so much, and it's kind of hard to maneuver your way through it at times. I got a little lost, to be honest, but this is cool, and what makes it so cool is it's 2 stories, so that's really cool. And at the end of it, like, you go through this coffin, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a really cool one. There's some werewolves, some vampires. It has a lot. It's the biggest one, and it's definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, I'd really recommend you go to that one as well. Alright, our next one is going to be Outlaws Revenge. Now, Outlaws Revenge is not actually a haunted house. It's kind of like Peter Pumpkin Eater. It's a scare zone. I probably should have kind of explained what a scare zone is. A scare zone is like it's not a haunted house where you have to wait in a line to go through it. It's kind of set up in like the walkways of the park that you'd usually walk to maneuver the park, but it's kind of like decorated in that section, and it's kind of themed. So this is like obviously themed to Western times. It's about like outlaws that were killed. You know, they have the death penalty or whatever, and they're coming back to take revenge, which is a really cool theme. And a really cool feature that they have in the scare zone is they have the cowboys are really cool. They're kind of creepy. They have like cool makeup, but also they have these knee pads that they can slide on and make sparks on the ground, and it kind of scares you if they slide in front of you. It's really cool. One of my favorite scare zones. And this is kind of off topic, but I noticed that this is actually in Cedar Point, because you can see Top Thrill Dragster back here. But anyways, that's off point. Let's just forget I said that. And let's go on to the next one, because that doesn't really have to do with what we're talking about here. Yeah, okay. So next we have Ripper Alley, which Ripper Alley is probably, it's the shortest one, yeah. It's the shortest one in the park. It's really awesome. It has the best scares though. All the scares are delivered very well. It's not one of those scares where it's just like really loud. They're actually creative, like they're hiding in like really cool places. And this is kind of themed to London, like walking through the streets of London, and like Jack the Ripper and Dr. Jekyll, kind of the killers and stuff. And there's just different killers that it's just kind of themed to London, kind of, which is really cool. So yeah, I'd really recommend this one. It's one of my favorites. Provides the best scares, like I said. The next one we're going to look at is the Boneyard. Now, the Boneyard, like Peter Pumpkin Eater and Outlaws Revenge, is a scare zone. I don't know what this is themed to. It's kind of weird, as you can see this picture. They kind of look like this, or like goblin things. And they wear like big football pads to make them look big, and that's about really all I have to say about it, because I don't really know the exact theming. And here, this Zombie High is a good one. It's obviously zombies, but it is like you're walking through a school, and it's like homecoming or whatever, and it's just zombies in high school. Now, this would be a good one to start out with. It's not something like, I'm not saying like kids, like really small kids should go through this one, but if you've never been into a haunted house, this is a good one to start with. It's pretty intense at times. There's a time at the end where there's strobe lights and stuff. It's kind of scary. So yeah, this is a good one to start with, and definitely one I hit up every time I go. Alright guys, so I took you through all of the haunted houses and scare zones that are going to be there. They're all really cool. Now I'm going to talk about kind of what to expect. If you've been to Universal, they have a thing called Halloween Horror Nights, which is kind of the same thing, but don't expect this being anything like Universal. Universal haunted houses have a lot of intricate theming, and they're really good put together. I'm not saying this is bad, but this kind of not on the like, it's not as big as something like that, you know, and they don't have rights to movies like Halloween or TV shows like Stranger Things, so they kind of had to work with stuff that they had to make up, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so what to expect? There's loud music going through, which I think is awesome. I think it makes the experience much better. There's loud music. You can't go there without getting scared. Yeah, if you don't like getting scared, don't go there, because there's nowhere you can really not get scared, because even if you're not in a haunted house, there's still scare zones that you're gonna have to walk through. Even if you're not in like a designated scare zone, there's still gonna be people walking around and scaring you, even right when you come in. So yeah, if you don't like getting scared and you don't like loud noises and you don't like fog machines, so you can't really see what's in front of you, then don't go, because this is not for you. But if you love that things like me, because I love the fog machines and stuff, I just like the whole feel of it. I like the loud music, and if you like those things and you like scary stuff, then this is. And if you live in the Kansas City area, go to this. It's amazing, really. Two things I didn't go over were the Overlord's Awakening, and so the whole haunt thing, it's not all day. It starts at 6 o'clock. I think that's usually when the sun sets, so it starts at 6 o'clock. It's the Overlord's Awakening, whenever kind of the Overlord kind of wakes up and like casts out all the scare actors on the on Wards of Fun, and it creates Halloween Haunt. But during the day, they have a thing called Great Pumpkin Fest. It's bring kids and stuff, and they can dress up in Halloween costumes and stuff. So yeah, that's more of a kids thing. But at 6 o'clock, Overlord's Awakening happens, and the scare actors start coming out, and then that's when Halloween Haunt starts. And so yeah, guys, so that's basically what to expect at Words of Fun Halloween Haunt. We went through the new attractions, we went through all the attractions, really. And yeah, we went over what to expect. So guys, yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this, and hopefully if you live in the Kansas City area, or even if you don't, hope you'll go check it out. I think at all of the Cedar Fair parks, they have a haunt. So if you live next to any theme park, look up your theme park and put Halloween Haunt. Or if you have a Six Flags, look up Fright Fest, and see if your local theme park has a scary place like this, where it has haunted houses and stuff. And I recommend going to it, because it is really fun, and I go more than once. Even if I've been through all the haunted houses and just experienced everything, it's still a fun experience. So yeah, so basically guys, that's all I got for today, and I hope you like it. So please, and look out for my vlog. I'm going to be coming with a vlog at Halloween Haunt, and with Andrew, like I did last year, that kid I went with last year, if you remember him. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, comment down below. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.